How difficult or easy was it to survive the impact of such a show? And was there a moment in your life that can define this moment saying, okay, I've transitioned to my life apart from Baywatch?
For me, in all honesty, it was when I was on the show, everything changed. The media wasn't so, warm towards the show. There was a lot of headlines of bimbos and exploiting sex and this and that. And so for me in my career, this is why I left the show, is I thought this isn't for me and this isn't the direction that I want to go. You can't escape things, which I kind of was hoping to do. And work just wasn't the same afterwards. I think it's when the show people started looking at the show differently. It took a long time to gain the respect that it has now.
Show up to an audition after Baywatch, and it was, well, where's the boobs? Where's the big hair? Where are the big nails and the makeup? And I'm thinking,
they expect it.
Yeah, and so then I would go in there to be a normal actress. Hair, flat, back in a ponytail, just jeans and t-shirt, and they wanted to see the Baywatch girl.
I'd try and go in on a project and it'd be either straight up, no, we won't see any actors from Baywatch. They have a certain amount of prejudice against you. So, I went on to do a couple other series, but it took a while, It's like, give us some love.
I transitioned very well because that was my mindset. I'm never going to get stuck with this one thing. So then I went on to do movies and, Max Factor campaign and all the things that I'm still doing. So I think it just depends on maybe like your mindset or how long you were on the show.
Carmen was already a bona fide celebrity by the time she was on the show.
Yeah, I was on MTV.
She was
and
less
I worked with Prince.
boxed in, but if this was your first gig.
For myself, I worked on it for 2 years, and then I went on to do other different kinds of work. So when I left, that's what we were saying earlier, when we left the show is when the show became popular.
But they laid the groundwork.
We laid the groundwork.
I just want to say, without them, it wouldn't have become the #1 show.
Okay.
But I was an integral part of it becoming #1.
Yes. And so
Okay.
other work was going on. And
But it's
so it was sort of a combination of other work along with this work when the fame started to happen.
Whatever you said was brilliant.
Baywatch will always be with me. When my obituary will start off with "she was starred on Baywatch," and I'm at peace with that. I'm grateful to have a show like that in my resume. I know that it changed my career. It's hard to know whether it changed it for the bad or for the better, but I know that I've been in over 100 projects, so I have nothing to complain about. I'm grateful. I choose to take a very positive look at what it's given me.
Yes. No, I listen.
Yes, I agree with these two wonderful women.
Everything she just said.
Yeah, everything. The difference is, she was there for much longer.
And you stay only,
Yeah, and we were there for 2 years. Right. And the first year was only on NBC here in the States. Mm-hmm. So we didn't really get to experience the phenomenon that went on overseas until we actually went there.
Except for everybody talked until after.
Yeah, we went there together after we left the show, and I was promoting a movie, and then we traveled, and that's when I was like, oh, wow. I had no idea.
And our characters were just catching up then.
Exactly.
So we did experience the fame, even though we were already off the show.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of this documentary. I think it's going to wow a lot of people. I think it tells a very different story than people are going to expect.
Very quick on Pamela, she's not here today, but her image is still very stigmatized, you say? I don't know, I can't pronounce this word, with the show. How do you think she handled the situation back then and now?
I think she handled Baywatch very well. She was extremely hardworking. She was the most famous woman in the world at that time, and you don't get that way just because you're pretty or just because you're sexy. You have to work hard. I just really have a lot of admiration for how she's handled fame.